We allegedly have a huge storm coming up this weekend, so I've got the biggest Star Wars nerd on the planet, who is also the Chief Meteorologist, Channel 7. It is Mr. Jeremy Reiner. How you doing, sir?
Mr. Hsu, how are you?
I'm good. How were your holidays?
They were good. Yeah, it was good. Not too bad. Just kind of floating through the month of December and post-holiday blues, and we're ready to rock some snow. How about you?
It was great. It was nice and mellow, which is what I like. I don't like a lot of excitement. I like to just kind of shut my brain off and enjoy the holiday season, which I did several occasions.
I mean, I shut my brain down as often as I can.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be at holidays.
Right.
So,
right.
But it's back on now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
My wife, who is not a meteorologist, said something this past weekend after we got that snow. She said, wow, this winter is really wintry. Now, I'm sure you've said that several times, in your experience as a meteorologist. And we're getting more snow than we have in the past few years. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, and also the cold, too. But you're right about the snow. Yeah, your wife is, her Jedi instincts serve her well.
Oh, don't peg her as a Star Wars fan. That's unfair.
She's a Trekkie like you?
She's not, no, she likes Sex in the City. That's her thing. There's
no shame in that either.
No, I guess not.
Yeah.
But we are having a real winter so far.
It is, yeah. We've, last winter we had a lot of cold, but we didn't have a whole lot of snow. And so far this winter, it hasn't snowed an incredible amount of snow, but we've had a lot of snowy days, like nickels and dimes here and there. And case in point, like overnight, like this little warm front that moved through last night, I only thought coating to 1 inch of snow, but I had about 3.5 at my house. So that overachieved. So that's another example where, it's definitely snowier than it has been. We've got the cold, so it's like a good old-fashioned winter.
Yeah, and let's talk about the impending doom this weekend. Now, of course, I've been hearing everything from 6 to 12 inches. Is that still in play?
Yeah, this is a storm that's got juice. There are two jet streams in the atmosphere. There's the polar jet stream, which delivers the cold, and then you have what's called the subtropical jet stream, which hasn't been around this winter or last winter very often. So the storms we've been getting up until this point have been the little ones, But this next storm coming our way is infused with a lot of moisture, and it's going to be bitterly cold over the weekend. So when that moisture rams into that cold Arctic air, it's going to snow, and I think it's going to pile up. So I don't have a specific snow map built just yet because I wanted to let the models percolate one more day. But everything I'm seeing this morning, I think 8 to 12 is a good starting point for our snow amounts in Worcester and Worcester County.
Yeah, we're due. It's been a while.
It has, yeah. It's crazy. And, not to be gloom and doom, but when you look at some of the long-range charts, the atmosphere is kind of set up to produce maybe, another blockbuster or two between now and, say, Valentine's Day.
Oh, my gosh.
And if I even make it even scarier for you, we had that big snow blitz 2015.
Yes.
Now, I don't think we're not going to have that much again, but I will say in 2015, the Patriots played the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, everybody. So maybe things repeat themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Don't jinx things. All right, you're a little far there. All right,
that's my forecast.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So what's the timeline look? Last I heard, coming in Sunday evening, going all night into Monday. Is that? Do you still see that at this point?
It might come into the Worcester area. It might get in like around midday on Sunday, early to mid afternoon. But it really thumps hard, I think. Late day, Sunday evening, yes, overnight. And then it still kind of snows all day Monday, but it's more of it's a lighter snow, but it just continues to snow and slowly adds up. So that's why I think a foot of snow is definitely part of the conversation, because I think a foot of snow in 4 or 5 hours, but by the time it starts, say, Sunday at 2 p.m. and it ends at Monday at 7 p.m., by then you probably are talking around a foot.
Oh, geez.
So it's a drawn-out storm.
I wish that there was some kind of law that said that, if your football team is in the playoffs on Sunday, you would get Monday off, because this past Monday it was perfect. So I'm gonna petition for that. And then with this storm, people might. I'm sure there'll be no school. I mean, we're talking. I mean, at least that much snow.
I think so too. I think the fact that because the brunt of the heavy snow falls Sunday evening overnight. So, let's just. I keep saying I don't have a specific, but as an example, let's say you wake up Sunday or a Monday morning, you have 7, 8, 9 inches on the ground, and it's still snowing. That's a lot of snow to remove before school, and then it continues to snow through the day, so you have like another 4 inches for the remainder of Monday. So I mean, the superintendents, they do their job, and I'll let them do their job. But it does look like it has the potential to be a snow day on Monday. How's that?
Yeah, okay. This is Jeremy Reiner, Chief Meteorologist at Channel 7, giving us an update on what they know so far about the big storm this weekend. Jeremy, you're saying a foot of snow isn't out of the possibility here. That's looking like it. Here in Worcester County, maybe starting midday on Sunday, going into Monday. So that's what we know so far. Of course, this could all change in like 15 minutes.
I could be back tomorrow and be like, drizzle and a high of 40.
Yeah,
so.
Or it's like it's going to be 70 degrees and the sun's going to explode or something like that.
Exactly.
Right. Well, I'm going to ask you what I always ask you to rate this storm in Star Wars terms and the cold on Saturday, which is supposed to be just brutal. So the cold on Saturday, is it going to be cold enough where you're going to have to cut open your dead Tauntaun and shove your buddy in there to stay warm?
Yeah, and they do smell even on the outside.
Yeah.
So and the inside. So yes, it's that kind of cold. You just shove them into the carcass.
Okay. And then on
and
Sunday,
then radio echo base
yes.
and say, hey, we need help over here.
And then Sunday, are we talking Hoth type weather or
Yeah, I'm going to take it, because I thought about maybe do we go Star Killer Base, but I don't know if everyone knows what that is because that's, from the newer movies. But, Hoth is classic, it's epic, and I think that's what we're looking at here, a classic epic event Sunday afternoon into Monday.
Yeah, you're going to need an AT-AT to get into work on Monday, most likely.
Totally. The speeders won't have adjusted to the cold by then.
All right, I think we've reached peak nerd at this point, so I'll wrap it up here. Jeremy Reiner, Chief Meteorologist at Channel 7. Thank you very much for your insights into the storm. And then you'll be on later today on Channel 7. People can see you there?
That is correct, yep. Beginning at 4 o'clock and rolling right through probably sometime this week.
All right. Jeremy, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, dude.